Jefferson County Code Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session with the arraignment docket. First case is cause number 23CCCR0720. Case is style the state of Texas versus Bush Gerard Yulian. Mr. Yulian, would you please come forward? Mr. Yulian, your full name is Bush Gerard Yulian?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Yulian? That's good. Can't be better than being blessed. Mr. Yulian, will you please raise your right hand? Mr. Yulian, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Indeed.
Mr. Yulian, you may put your hand down. Mr. Yulian, I have before me, and this back to him, he needs to correct the date. He had the 8th month. I think it's the 9th. It's the 9th month. Yeah, the 8th month. It's supposed to be 9. I think that was it. Okay, Mr. Yulian. I have before me 2 documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on the line that state that you would like to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself?
Right.
I also have before me a document that's titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Right.
Mr. Yulian, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
That's my knowledge.
Okay, Mr. Yulian, we'll have a prosecutor that's going to come out and talk to you. Just, you can go back and have your seat.
Yes, sir.
Next case is cause number M333-880. The case is styled as State of Texas versus Marcus Ray Vidal or Vidal. How do you pronounce your last name?
Vidal.
Vidal?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vidal, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Vidal, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vidal, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Vidal?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Vidal. I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
And are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to reset your case to hire your own attorney?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vidal, before you signed and initialed this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yeah.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vidal, I read your responses. Your case is going to be reset to give you an opportunity to hire your attorney. Our court coordinator is going to reset your case. Just please have a seat at that first chair by the wall, and she's going to call you up to the window. And once you finish at her window, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Sir.
All right. Next case, we have 2 cases, cause numbers 23CCCR1411, cause number 23CCCR1414. Both cases are styled as State of Texas versus Jaquis Javon Booker. Mr. Booker, your full name is Jaquis Javon Booker.
Yes, yes, sir. Aquarius, Javon.
Oh, Jaquarius?
Yes, sir. With an R.
Okay. Mr. Booker, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Booker, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Booker, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Booker? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Booker, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on the line that state you like to reset your case to hire your own attorney. Now, before you signed any initial this document, did you read the document? Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Mr. Booker, I read your answers. Your case is going to be reset. We give you an opportunity to hire your attorney. Our court coordinator is going to reset your case. Once you reset your case, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that third chair by the wall. That does lock. Next two cases are cause numbers 23 CCCR 1008, cause number 23 CCCR 1021. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Brazelon Amor Robinson. Mr. Robinson, Ms. Robinson, would you please come forward? Ms. Robinson, how do you pronounce your first name? Brazelon. Okay. Ms. Robinson, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? Ms. Robinson, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Robinson? You doing good? That's good, and I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Robinson, I have before me two documents. The first document. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
And are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
And I also have a document that is titled Affidavit of Innocence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And on page 2 of this same document, is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant signature? Ms. Robinson, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Robinson, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. The attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Jennifer DeLedge. Attorney DeLedge will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact her. Our court coordinator is going to give you that information, but before she gives you that information, I have to give you some bond conditions. Mr. Porter. Ms. Robinson, a bailiff has just handed you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that title? I'm going to go over these conditions with you. Number 1, following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or against the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test of drugs and alcohol or directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test of drugs and alcohol and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition? Now, condition number 3 states that the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
Now, condition number 4 doesn't apply because it only applies in the DWI case, and your case is not a DWI case. Now, Ms. Robinson, if you violate any one of these bond conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, Ms. Robinson, our court coordinator is going to give you the information to contact your attorney. Just have a seat at that first chair by the wall. Once she gives you that information, you'll be free to go. and you have a blessed day. Thank you. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1416. Case is style of state of Texas versus Colton Smith. Full name is Colton Edward Smith.
So,
Mr. Smith, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Smith, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Smith?
It'd be better if you were not here.
Well, it could be worse.
No, I know.
All right, Mr. Smith. I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line? It's titled Defendant.
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on the line that state that you would like to have a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
And I also have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to, well, it's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Sid, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
That's my honor.
And Mr. Smith, I've read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you is Attorney Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact Mr. Matuska. Our court coordinator is going to give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go, and you'll have a blessed day. Please have a seat in the third chair on the wall.
Sir.
Thank you. Next case is cause number M325941. Case is style of state of Texas versus Caleb Williams. Good morning, Mr. Williams. Your full name is Caleb Williams? Caleb? Okay, Mr. Williams, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Williams, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Right.
Mr. Williams, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Williams? You doing good? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Williams, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanations of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Mr. Williams, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to request a court-appointed attorney? I also have another document here that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document? And on page 2 of this same document, Mr. Williams, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? Now, Mr. Williams, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Williams, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Lori Peraza. Attorney Peraza will be given information to contact you. You will also be given information to contact her by our court coordinator. Now, before our coordinator give you that information, I need to give you some bond conditions. Mr. Williams, the bailiff just handed you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you recognize that title? Is that it says Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. You see that title? Now, I'm going to go over these bond conditions with you, and it reads as follows. Following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. All bail bonds for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number one, the defendant shall commit no offense against this state, any other state, or against the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number two, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition? And condition number three, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition? Now, Mr. Williams, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond will be revoked. And once your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and you'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? Now, Mr. Williams, as I mentioned earlier, the court coordinator is going to give you the information to contact your attorney. Once she gives you that information, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that third chair. Camry Solari. Ms. Solari, your full name is Camry Solari? Mr. Solari, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Solari, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Solari, you may, hold on a minute. Okay, Ms. Solari, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Solari? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Solari, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? And are these your initials on the line that state you want to apply for a court-appointed attorney? Now, Ms. Solari, I also have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document? And on page 2 of the same document, I have before me there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature? Now, Ms. Solari, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Solari, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Laura Perazo. Attorney Perazo will be given information to contact you. You will also be given information. Oh, who? I did. Hold on a minute. Wait. Okay, I think she has another one. I have to write it in here. That's Caleb Williams. Okay. Your attorney, Ms. Solari, is Attorney Marvin Provo. Marvin Provo is her attorney. Make that change. Now, Ms. Solari, your attorney in this case is Attorney Marva Provo. Attorney Provo will be given information to contact you. And you will also be given information to contact her. Our court coordinator is gonna our court coordinator is going to give you that information. Once she gives you that information, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that third chair.
Wait.
Lauren Gonzalez. Okay, your full name is Lauren A. Williams Gonzalez.
Gonzalez Williams.
Gonzalez Williams. Okay. Would you please raise your right hand? You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. How are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant?
Mhm.
And are these your initials on the line as state you would like to apply for court appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, I also have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Injuries. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of the same document, is this your signature or your initials?
That's my signature.
That's your signature? Now, well, you sign your signature on this. Is this your signature?
I just wrote in cursive.
That's your signature then. Huh?
Um,
So these are, here it says LH. Okay. Yeah, let me do this here. I'm gonna get this. Want you step over here. I'm gonna let you put your,
which one would you rather?
I mean, your signature is your full name. Okay. There you go. Okay, thank you. Now, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct? The best you know. Okay. All right, now, let me do this. I'm going to mute this because we're gonna need to discuss some financial information.